Oh, you hit the button.
With little to no warning, we're live. It happens just like that.
On time.
Yeah.
The rare event it happens.
Yeah. So for those of you who weren't in the green room before the show, well, first, I mean, we should say, welcome to Gear Report.
Yeah, exactly.
This is interesting. Apparently, I set up Stream Elements to go ahead and post things during the show, but I keep forgetting to actually log in and tell it to do anything else. So it pops in and gives us this note, Gear Report is now live, streaming talk shows and podcasts this week at Gear Report, episode 167 for the 22nd of June, 2023. So that's nice. It gives me a little reminder that we need to do that.
What we're doing.
Show identification. Yeah. So anyhow, that's kind of cool that popped up there. So it is this week at Gear Report. Thank you for throwing that up on the screen. And the discussion right before the show went live was that I show up very shortly before the show starts. And TJ, yeah, I can see the look in his eyes. He's freaking out like, oh, we're going to be late. We're going to be late. We're going to be late. And then all of a sudden it's like, I'm walking around, I'm turning lights on, I'm repositioning things. And then I'm like, oh, look at that. 8 seconds left. I hit the button and we go live right on time.
I usually don't start worrying.
But he's acting. He keeps saying, "Well, don't worry," but you could tell. You wouldn't have been if you weren't worried.
I'm not worried at 5 minutes. When we get down to 2 minutes, that's when I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna send Jeff a message, like see what's going on." And I was getting ready to, and then whoop, there he is. So Jeff needs approximately 2 minutes to prep for the show.
Yeah. I mean, hey, when you care so much about your program that you give a full 2 minutes of prep time. I think that speaks volumes about what you're in for on this program. So with that a heartfelt welcome to everyone in the audience. We saw Ghost Tacticals out there. We appreciate you, Ghost Tactical. So I want to show you something. All right, we're going to go back for a second. All right, oi. I don't even know what the hell Ghost is going on about here. Crystal is our model citizen who's going to show us how to do it. She capitalized the first one because it's the beginning of a sentence. Now, there is an option where you can do a capital Y on all of them for your yo-yo-yos. You know what? It's not required. Okay. But that's that. I think that's reasonable to say Crystal did it right. Ghost was being
Honcho's excited.
Honcho's an overachiever.
Oh, dude.
Okay. With the capital everything, yo. Not only 3 yos, but he did 3 yos 3 times.
He's getting ahead of somebody. Somebody's going to come in and not do the 3 yos, and he'll be like, Honcho's like, I got you covered. I'm good.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. So if anyone's confused, what the hell are we talking about with all the yos? That is the official greeting for this week at Gear Report.
For some reason.
Yeah, really, for some reason.
Can't even remember.
What's the reason? I don't know. How did that start? Oh, that reminds me. I told you on the phone recently in one of our many, you call with something important to talk about. And I ramble for 27 minutes about other things and then catch my breath. And then I ramble about some other things. But during the rambling, I mentioned something about going back and watching episode number 1.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Oh, my goodness. Now I'm going to put Ghost back on the screen because Ghost Tactical was part of episode number 1. Do you remember who else was there? We have 4 total. Oh, you and I were 2 of them. Ghost was 1. That only leaves 1 left.
I mean, it had to be Clover.
It was. Yeah. Clover Tac, Ghost Tactical, Jeff and TJ. That was episode number 1. Lord, he was born a rambling man, says Ghost Tactical. I have to remind myself that because this is available in audio podcast form, we can't just react to what we put on the screen. We actually have to tell people what it is we're putting on the screen.
I can. You have to read it out.
Well, one of us does. I mean, as a service to our audience. I mean, if we're being honest, we don't have to do anything. We do whatever we want. And if, we can say, if you want to know what's going on, what we're talking about, laughing at, go watch the video and you'll see it. But that would be kind of rude, in my opinion. I don't want to do that.
For the audio people.
Episode number 1.
Gary. Trademark yo-yo.
Yeah, whatever. So
we're gonna owe him a bunch of money one day.
no, we're not. If by we you mean
Dollars.
you, that's between you and him. I'm not participating in that extortion scheme that you and Gary appear to be cooking up together. So anyhow, going back to that first episode, it was so painful because Ghost and Clover have been podcasting for a while. And as usual, they're just smooth. They, I was trying to facilitate and run the program, and I didn't know what I was doing. And it was so painful to watch. And you didn't get to say much because, everyone else was talking a lot. But, oh my God, listening to myself is always painful, but even more so on that episode number 1. So, Ghost Tactical says, I never got my commemorative watch for being on episode number 1. Dude, I didn't either. What the hell?
Crazy. As soon as it shows up on Vine.
Someone dropped the ball. Definitely. Someone dropped the ball.
Was it Clover? I blame Clover.
It does seem like a task that would have been assigned to the Tactical Leprechaun. So I'm going to go with he who is not here to defend himself is the one who is responsible, and that would be Chris from Clover Tech Productions.
We'll send him a note tomorrow randomly, like, hey, where's our commemorative watches? He'll be like, what are you guys talking about? Like, you missed the show. See, Ghost blames Clover too.
Yeah, which I think is only reasonable.
Yeah, he's not here.
That's what I'm saying. 9/10 of what is it? Possession is 9/10 of the law. I think that is true for blame as well. If you're not here, then that is 9/10 of the law of possession for blame. So, or something like that. Anyhow, I bring up episode 1 being so heinously bad because I feel like we've come a long way. I really do. We're just bad now.
I think so.
We have moved past heinous a long time ago.
Yeah.
In my mind, at least. Okay, so I need to shut a couple more things down. While I did show up and ease right into the program, I did not pre-open any of the windows that I like to open beforehand. So bear with me. I'm probably about to go all robot-y on everyone.
It's going to open 10,000 tabs.
Yep. So we'll talk about TJ will talk about a Condor 42-inch double rifle case.
Oh, yay.
And a Meprolight Tru-Vision. Mepro Tru-Vision. We've got a look at Primary Arms' first foray into the binoculars market with the SLX 10x42 binoculars. I think I'll talk about that one. Caleb sent that in. But the one I'm most excited about talking about, really, what?
We're all excited about it.
About what?
What you want to talk about the most?
And what is that?
Was it your ChatGPT song they made?
Isn't that the most engaging thing we have to talk about? I mean, seriously, the name of that article is ChatGPT wrote a song called "This Week at Gear Report."
I'm still pissed I didn't even get it right.
It actually says "This Week at Gear Report Podcast Campfire" song. And that was a painful experience. And it was a blow to my ego, definitely, working with ChatGPT. And then Google has a version of the AI that they call Bard. And neither one of them got things right. But Bard, oh my goodness, we may, let's see how the show goes. We may save this one and do it on another program. We may talk about it later, but we may do some live searches on Bard at some point, because I want to see if they have fixed it yet. But if you have not played with AI yet to experience how it deals with ambiguity, I encourage you to go run some, like if you're worried about AI taking over, you should be worried. It should terrify you when you see how much crap that it just makes up. Like, oh, yeah. I know where it got some of the information from. Like it would say, This Week at Gear Report is a program where hosted by, so in all the things I put out, it says Jeff, TJ, and Komar lately, but it made up last names for us. What was yours again? I don't even remember what yours was.
It wasn't cool.
TJ what? It was something weird. And mine was nothing like my actual last name. Like not even, it was the wrong end of the alphabet. It wasn't even close. And it said with authority, things that we talked about recently were things we've never talked about ever. I'm like, how do you just make all this stuff up? You know? Seriously.
Honcho. That's how the Terminator started. The Terminator movie started. Yep.
Oh my goodness. I don't doubt that. It's just the part that blew me away.
Arsenal. AI will be the death of us, because people will type stuff in there and believe it, and we're like, oh, they're wrong.
How it just made things up. Like it would fill in. It had three names, two first names and a last name.
It could have stopped at the first names.
But who knows? Who knows what Komar is? You know, I think we've left Komar purposely ambiguous because that's what he has chosen to go by on this program. Dude's got a first name and a last name. We don't tell you what it is or any of it. AI at least took a pass on that and said, we're not even going to attempt. We're just going to call him Komar. But they gave TJ a last name. They gave me a last name. Weren't in the right ballpark at all. Talked about recent reviews that were products that we hadn't touched. I'm like, no, I'd be down for reviewing a SIG P365 XL, but it literally said we talked about it recently. Like the hell we did. No. Crazy. They listed a Maxim Defense 300 Blackout. I think it was a pistol. It said we talked about recently. Never heard of it. We are sponsored by Maxim Defense. We camped out in their booth at SHOT Show 3 or 4 times during last SHOT Show. I swear I've never seen the model of Maxim firearm that they were talking about. Like AI made up. They made up from scratch a new model. I've heard people refer to it as AI hallucination or something like that. I think it's on acid, basically. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah. So you knew the show was going to get fun when we started talking about that stuff. Since I just dove right in and have been talking about this anyway, we may as well put up on the screen and kill my internet. And I got to click the other button. Dang it.
There you go.
Yep. And you know what? I went the extra mile during this one, and I did this AI experiment where I said, write a 4-chord campfire song with This Week at Gear Report, about the This Week at Gear Report podcast. Okay. I type that in, I get it back, and I'm like, oh, this is so crazy. I'm going to make this into an article, because I was just doing it. I was doing some recreational AI songwriting, right? And
looking for that number one seller.
Oh, hey, man. We hadn't hit too many things out of the park recently here at Gear Report. So I'm looking for something to get us on the charts, right?
Yeah.
I actually fired up the camera, threw a guitar on, and recorded a video just so I could get a screen grab to make right here. Like this was just me making up crap to make it look like I was singing something. And I was playing the guitar and everything. I wasn't actually trying to do these lyrics because I couldn't figure out how to make them work. Like it didn't make sense to me.
Right. Cool. So what I'm getting out of this is there's no video to this of you doing
no. But I did get last week. I don't remember if it was still here. I think it was here last week. Like last Thursday, a guitar showed up and it was broken. So I boxed it up Friday and sent it back. The replacement arrived today.
Was it broken?
No, oddly it wasn't. But bizarre. But well, we'll get to that.
That's for the other segment that everybody's waiting for.
Right. Everyone's favorite segment.
Yeah, I know.
That we call Guitar-mageddon. We will get to that in a little bit. Why do I throw my arms up and make that weird sound? I don't know. But I have learned to back away from the microphone because I kind of yell Guitar-mageddon. I don't want to hurt anyone's ears or, I try to be professional in my lack of professionalism. professionally non-professional.
Every once in a while, you get it right.
Yeah.
I'm nowhere.
My mistake, probably.
I just stay on the other side of it.
So anyhow, we'll have to play with this at some point. If the show hits a rut at some point, we're going to pull up one of the different AI platforms and see what we can get out of it. And we are going to have to open up Bard and see what last names it gives us, because I'm still pissed about that. But anyhow, I actually had a follow-up in mind. Like maybe this will be every Monday I open up one of the AI platforms and try to get it to write me a song until I come up with something good. But like if you read through this, you know what? I'm going to put the link out here in the comments. If anyone wants to look at it, it's like it talks about guitars and it talks about being around a campfire or something. I'm like, a campfire song is a type of song. It doesn't mean you have to sing about being at a campfire. That's not what a campfire song is. Like contextually, I think I missed that. But it talked about a whole bunch of guitar stuff and gadgets and gear for camping. We're primarily a gun channel the past several years. Not a damn word about guns at all. None. I'm like, what's going on here? Didn't make any sense. I was really upset about that. You'd think they'd have thrown a mention in for the sponsor, Maxim Defense. We could sing Maxim Defense in there somewhere. Maxim Defense. Whatever. We'll throw it in there. You give me a melody, man.
Give me a jingle. That's all we need. Yeah. We just need a jingle.
We're going to... Maybe we'll do that. Maybe the next one we do will be we'll ask
Gear-Report jingle
to write us a jingle, a Gear-Report jingle about being sponsored by Maxim Defense. Yep. All right. So anyhow, that was our first article, and I've got my complaints at the bottom, and you can read through those at your leisure.
All those.
Okay. Yeah. There are a number of them.
Is that when you're trying to educate the AI?
Oh my goodness. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Dick Nibbit. All right. Let's talk about the Condor. All right. I'm remembering to click add to stream this time. So we get that up there. And TJ's going to talk about this. I'd like to toss a welcome to the program out to Ryan Todd. Good to see you. Please, Ryan, make the rounds at your house. Give a high five to everyone in your family on my behalf. If you don't mind. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying I think they all earned some high fives. So if you take care of that for me, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The Condor double rifle case. Condor was awesome. They're like, yeah, we'll send you a double rifle case. They sent you some clothes, some pants and stuff out of that. Yeah. So I was in desperate need of rifle cases because all I have is these stupid hard cases that you can get one rifle in. So they sent this one, and it did well. I mean, if I fit the 5150 Evolve 15 in there, I got the Mike 102 in there. I had like 400 rounds of ammo, I think 6 mags. And just, it's got plenty of storage and everything. I couldn't figure out it has backpack straps, so you can wear it as a backpack. And they kept getting in the way. And finally I'm like, oh, there's a pocket back here. You can stuff them down in that pocket and get them out of the way.
Yeah.
Because I'd just be dragging them everywhere. And so finally, after, a month of using it, I figured that out. And then I was much happier with it. So it did good. I loaded that thing full. Nothing broke. Zippers are solid.
That's good. It's got Molly all over it, it looks like. So you can attach stuff to it.
Yep. Yeah, you can take all those pouches off and put, if you want different stuff on there, you can. Like I took the one off, and I usually keep my med kit on it.
That's
just
smart.
Because, it happens.
You do shoot a lot of ranges.
Yeah. The more you watch YouTube, the more you're like, I should keep this with me all the time.
Yeah, you never know when you're going to be shooting by Tex Grebner.
I figured you liked that picture there.
Oh yeah, I love that limited edition patch. Oh my God! Speaking of that patch, I was over last week I went over to Chris's to shoot some video on more 3D printer stuff. I don't remember what day it was. We may have talked about this last week. I don't remember. But while I was over there, he mentioned something about losing that thing that I gave him. And I'm like, what are you talking about? When he finally identified it was the patch, I was like, oh, you son of a bitch.
Oh, Jesus.
Like what? Like, dude, you don't understand. I only got 100 of those. And that was a couple years ago. And the reason I still have a couple left is you got to pry those out of my hands. I willingly gave you one.
Yep.
And you immediately
I had to pry them out of your hands.
I know.
He made me lease one for a while, and then finally, he just gave it.
It was a lease to own. You had the option to purchase.
Once I did enough reviews with it featured, then he was like, "Okay, you can use that one."
Well, first you get to hold it, and then at some point, it's like, okay, you can put it on a bag, but not a bag you carry every day.
Okay.
And then you work up to you can have it on your daily carry bag.
Awesome. And I'm finally there.
If you really do well, then you get to have it on your clothing. Here's one on this arm. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. There's one on the other arm too.
Dude, patch hoarder. Look at you.
I know. I am a patch hoarder.
He's just loosey-goosey with the patches for him. Everybody else is like, who knew?
Yeah. I'd try to hide it, but it's pretty obvious.
You're gonna wear that jacket one day. Somebody's gonna run up, rip a patch off of there, and take off running. They'll be like, "That's right, I got one."
Yeah.
It'll be me.
I suspected. Yes.
Oh, you finally rolled out of bed. What's up, Snob?
Yeah. With a very non-committal question mark. So the gun snob's kind of joined us ish.
He's here-ish. It's all right.
Yeah. All right. So that takes care of
the bag.
Let me see. Did I do this right? No. That's okay. I see what I did. I was sharing a window. I wanted to share the whole screen. So we're going to share the screen on monitor number dos. And then when I shut one, it won't shut the whole window.
There you go.
Yeah. So TJ is going to talk about I forgot to change the banner. We're on recent reviews here at This Week in Gear Report. So
recent reviews.
So it looks like a baby version of the RDS to me, sort of.
It is. It's got instead of using the double A's, it uses that's the CA123. You can see it in that picture right there with the giant knob. That's where it goes in. Instead of the two double A's in front of it, it uses that, which I like double A's, are super cheap, and I have hundreds of them lying around. But this one worked well. I threw it on everything. I had it in the Wolfpack Armory, the Evolve 15, the Mike 102. I had it on my my Anderson that I built.
Nice.
I dropped it several times. Purposely and accidentally.
How many? That's what I was going to say. How many were on purpose, and how many were just,
3 were on purpose, and 2 were not.
The review.
Two. I was just going from gun to gun, and I was at the range. Where were we at? Aries. We were at the Aries Training Center. I was with Keith, and I had it on the. I even put it on that my 8.6 Blackout, and I just set it down on the bag, and I moved the bag just a second, and all of a sudden. Bouncing around. I'm like, oh, geez, there it goes. Put it back on. Still on. Still good to go.
You are such a diligent product tester. I'm telling you. Yeah. I'm going to give you a remote high five for that, because that was a way to test the durability.
But this thing did freaking awesome, man. I shot it like dusk, morning, all the afternoons. I never had any issues with finding the dot or, if the battery. I'm still using the same battery. I never shut it off. I just leave it on. Just right. It's got the self the self sleep, so it falls asleep after a while. So it's supposed to last for
I noticed that
years. It says, but it was super easy to adjust. It has the big slots for the windage and elevation, which it always drives me crazy sometimes with the red dots, and they have this little tiny thing, and you have to have a screwdriver. And I'm like, I was like, what do I got lying around here? Oh, perfect, 5.56 shell.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I love this thing. I still have
Yeah.
it. It's on.
Yeah.
It's on the Evolve 15 still. And the one thing that has a little the bonus was that has a little extra shroud. You could put, change it from different colors. Just the
So
hood.
do you like take one off and you put the other one on?
Yeah,
Or
it's
does
4
it
little
have to be
screws.
different here?
No, it's 4 little screws, and then the hood just pops off, and you put the other one on, put the screws back in.
Well, that's neat.
Yep.
The Mepro condom. No, I did. Do I need to go edit that out? No.
Maybe.
You know
No,
what?
no.
That's too bad. That's what I'm going to call it. If
Yeah,
you
like,
don't
not
like
doing
it,
All
if you
right.
don't like it, then I
Awesome.
sincerely apologize. But
There you go. But no,
yeah.
it did really well. Like I said, it soaking wet, dropped many times, and it got doused, it got submerged. I was like, yeah, just
Did
keeps
you drop
plowing.
it in the pool?
I don't have the pool anymore.
What? What
I had to get rid
happened?
of the pool. I get rid of the pool.
Oh, that's terrible.
Dude, it was green. I was tired of taking care of it. Crystal was tired of taking care of it. I was like,
Yeah.
nuke it. So
Wow.
no pool, but definitely soaked several times. So it's one of my favorites.
Gotcha. Okay. So the Meprolight RDS Pro is one of my all-time favorites. It is my go-to for a rifle that I'm going to beat the shit out of, or like an air pistol, anything with a rail on it. That has been for like 5 years or more my go-to optic to throw on it.
Yep.
I'm kind of mixing it up with the SIG AMG UH1 lately, but still that RDS Pro has been my go-to.
Yep.
So when you said you were getting like the baby version of it, I was like, oh, I'm jealous because I love the RDS Pro. It's big, it's durable.
I had the Pro V2.
Big.
The first one I did was the Pro V2. Yeah.
Oh, I know.
I know. It's EOTech
know.
size. Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, you know.
I know.
It's EOTech
because
size.
I wanted one of those. Yeah.
So I go between now this is my favorite, and then I go between the RDS Pro 2 and then my EOTech. Those are my 3 I do, but whatever I want to shoot, I use this one now.
Yep. Cool. All right. It was a good review. By the way, that was 4 out of 5 gears.
Yep.
Which is a pretty good grade, by the way.
It was.
I'll talk about before we talk about that, let's catch up here. We've got comments. Gary has 2 of those patches. How the hell did he get 2? Oh, Gary.
Hunter doesn't have any.
I'm going to turn you upside down and shake it until they fall out of your pockets.
Hunter said it'd be really nice to have
he may have purchased one, though, to be honest. There were 200.
From Gary. Gary has 2. Apparently,
I got 100 of them. The other 100 were part of the patch batch that G-Web's put together.
Komar needs a patch too.
I'm gonna have to send patches out to people.
Oh Jesus, that's the end. We're gonna have to get another patch done, another batch.
You're killing me, Smalls. So if you guys want them, for the folks here who are active Gear Report contributors, Komar comes on the show fairly regularly. I'm sure I can slide one his direction. Honcho Fett just published something not too long ago.
I'm trying to think.
Plus, he's the only person that somewhat regularly appears on this program, or even in the comments, who has known me longer than TJ. So, only by like 2 years, maybe, but still, we're still in the multi-decade time frame here. So, good job. That by itself earns you a patch.
He deserves a patch, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Yep. Price is going up. Well, everyone that goes out means there are that much fewer. I
think actually, I was looking around. I've got 1, 2. I think I've only got 3 of them.
I've only got the 2 that were on that jacket.
I was stealthy. Jeff was weird. I think we were at SHOT Show one time, and I had a patch on my bag, and we were taking pictures and stuff. And Jeff whipped out the old patch from his pocket, and he put it there. Yeah. And then I picked it up and put it in my pocket. I said that way I have.
Wondered where that went. Yeah.
It'll be on eBay.
Clever.
fine.
Yeah. All right. So anyhow, Caleb is not here, our mysterious hunting editor who is rumored to exist, although
I've seen him.
I haven't seen him
once.
in a couple years, I think, like in person. No, he went to
Gathering.
What did he go to? Was
Gathering?
he at this past gathering? Oh, so it's been less than a couple years.
Yeah.
All right, Caleb, I take that back. I have seen you more recently.
Well, almost once a year, though, at the rate we're going.
Right. Right. I mean, we're the last 5 years. We're like, seen each other 5 times, maybe.
Right, exactly.
But that's okay. There are a number of people on the Gear Report team that I have never seen in person. Or like maybe I see him at SHOT Show once a year or something like that. So it's okay. Caleb lives an hour and a half from me. You'd expect we'd get together and shoot, but it doesn't happen as much as you would think. So, but he is our hunting editor, and therefore he focuses on hunting type stuff. And binoculars are really good. And this is something that I learned when I had an uncomfortable situation where I was up in a tree stand and I saw something moving on the other side of the field. And I went to pull up the rifle to look through the scope to identify, is that a deer? Because it was deer season. And it wasn't. It was actually coyotes. But I thought to myself, what if it was people coming out of the woods and they look up and see me across the field pointing a rifle at them? Like, I don't want to identify targets by looking through the scope, because that means I have to actually point the rifle at them. So binoculars, like, because I had said before, why the hell would I carry binoculars? I have a monocular right here that it serves my purpose of identifying the target. And then I got to, if it's binoculars, I got to look and then put them down, then get the rifle. But not having to aim a firearm at someone when you're identifying if it's a target or like a don't shoot at target, that's worthwhile to have a pair of binoculars so that you're not pointing guns at people unnecessarily. It took a while for that to sink in for me. When it did, I was like, oh my, more people need to know about binoculars.
Right.
So Caleb's done a few binoculars reviews over the years, and 4.5 out of 5, he's digging these from Primary Arms. And the thing is, it's like brand new. They've never done binoculars before. This is their first attempt at binoculars. To come out swinging for the fences with a 4.5 out of 5, that's pretty stellar. And I keep forgetting to put the article links in the chat. I missed the last one, so you just have to go to Gear Report and find it if you want to see the other one, because
it's awesome.
That opportunity has passed us by. You can post that link, TJ. It's your article. Why don't you post that link while I'm talking about this? You see his pros, well built, good glass, affordable. There's a little edge distortion in the cons column, and he listed that it only comes in gray, which I find ironic, because if you know Caleb at all, you know that he actually found his way onto the Gear Report team because of his skill at changing the color of things with spray paint. I saw in some gun group, he posted a tutorial on how to do this really neat kind of spray paint applied with a sponge camo pattern. And I was like, dude, that's an awesome write-up. Do you want to adapt it to an article and publish it? And next thing you know, he's a regular gun writer here at Gear Report. So
he gets to go hunting a lot, so it helps out a lot for us, because I don't hunt anymore.
He lives in his hunting area. Like, he can literally walk out on his back porch and hunt from his back porch.
I'm hunting.
Or his front porch.
Yeah, it goes back out and like, it's too cold outside.
Yeah. I don't know. He's got an article on how to layer. There's a different article about layering, but he's got one detailing all the different types of clothes you need to stay warm when you're hunting. So he's pretty good with that. But,
as he's
all right, what else do you have here?
Sitting poking a rifle out his kitchen window in the heat. Like, this is fantastic.
Hey, I would. wearing a plate carrier, because he posts videos all the time of like mopping the floor or vacuuming the house wearing a plate carrier. And I'm like,
because dude, if you don't do it right, the wifey will. I don't blame him.
Yeah. So here's the weekly reminder. This week at Gear Report is also available in audio podcast form. So we're displaying here on the screen, for those in audio podcast form, the review, the list of all the reviews that we talked about last week, a little bit of description about the show, and then the actual audio podcast where you can download the file, play it in a window, play in there's actually a little audio podcast player on the website, as well as links to Amazon Podcast, Apple Podcast, Pandora, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, iHeartRadio. And if you Google This Week at Gear Report podcast, you'll find a bazillion other places you can listen to it.
I thought you were going to read them all off.
I would, but
it would take too long. I was going to say in 20 minutes, Jeff finishes reading all the places.
I was thinking, if I say I'm not going to read them all, the audience may feel like I just don't care enough. But it's the opposite. I care too much to read all of them to you because it's too many places. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. You don't want to hear all that.
I care too much.
So anyhow, that was your reminder. And a link. You can go under we got two like menu bars on the Gear Report website. At the top, the orange one has, high level stuff. And then you come down to the gray one. It's mostly categories. At the far right, we have live shows, and you can find This Week at Gear Report podcast in there. And you have links to all of the old programs. Well, not all of them. I mean, we're on episode 167 this week. There's a bunch of them. There's probably more than you want to listen to. We'll just leave it at that.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, listen to all.
And I highly encourage people to think twice before you go re-listen to episode 1 of This Week at Gear Report, because I made it through about 3.5 minutes and was like, oh my goodness. How did I get so the intro? Bad? Yep. Mostly through the intro, and I was like, oh, this is too painful. Anyhow, so there we go. That wraps up the segment that we lovingly call Recent Reviews, which means that before we dive into the next segment, reviews that will be published soon, we're going to just pull a hard right.
Do it.
Like cranking the wheel. We're going off-road to the little segment that we like to call Guitar-mageddon.
There we go.
All right. And we had a preview of this last week. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Look at
this. Is this the non-damaged one?
This is the non-damaged one. All right. Let me get this thing off the screen. And I'm going to take the screen because no one
that's right. You take
wants
the screen.
To just see TJ.
I know.
Oohing and awing over this guitar the whole time.
They don't want to see me drooling at the guitars.
It's like a copy of a Gibson, what is it, a 335 semi-hollow, kind of blues jazz type guitar. But this arrived, the first version of this arrived last week with a big crack right along between my fingers here. It was 4.5 inches long, where the wood was actually splitting up. It had been dropped and impacted, and it split it open. So it went back, and they sent a new one that has a variety of differences. Like the old one had little dot inlays. This has the fancier block inlays in the fretboard here, and a variety of different little things. Like this has, they call it a poker chip, the little black ring around the switch here. There were a variety of things. I actually, back here where this neck joint comes in is a little bit different. It was really bizarre how many differences there were in this. But anyhow, I think I'm into this for like $110, and it's very comparable to like a $600 Epiphone version of a 335. It is just, I played this for probably 2 hours this afternoon, and it is absolutely, looks like an old man guitar, in my opinion. And I never wanted one of these, but once I started playing it, I was like, holy crap, it sounds awesome. And then the pickups are really hot, which means if you put some distortion on it, it sounds like a friggin' rock and roll beast, like a heavy metal beast. So, I mean, the plan was to get the review videos up on Amazon and on the Guitar Gear Report YouTube channel, and then get rid of it. I may have to keep this one, which is rough, because if I keep it, it means I got to clear out a different one, because I've got too many. Like I've accumulated too many that I bought to do reviews on, like this one right here, the they call it a Squire Sonic Mustang. That was supposed to be shoot the review video, sell it like within a week, it's gone.
No, you have to sell it.
I keep lowering the price, and no one's bought it yet. I'm like, come on, people, it's like really nice. I don't know why no one's buying it yet, but I'm afraid to go down any further. Like, I'm already losing money on it, and it's like practically brand new. Like, you know, most people, they buy them, they play them for a while, they get rid of them. Like, I played it for a day, shot the videos I needed, and it's just been hanging here. Like, it is literally, you go to Guitar Center and buy one off the wall that's been played 12 times as much as this. It has scratches on it and everything. This is brand new, and like, no one's bought it yet. I can't figure that out.
I'd raise the price.
But then, well, that may work. Like this white one here, I put it up a little bit high on the website. I haven't put it up on Facebook Marketplace or on, I'm going to have to check, make sure it's not on Reverb. I actually had someone offer, like, oh, I see what you have it listed. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to sell that one. Well, but it's listed. I was like, yeah, I changed my mind. I'm not going to sell it.
Yeah.
Well, how about I give you the full amount? I was like, well, okay, first, that was the price. Like, your assumption that you were going to give me less than the full amount is kind of silly. But number two, I'm not going to sell it. I like it too much. Like, I'm not selling it. The guy got pissed. He was going to buy another one. And he said, well, but then I saw that and I want that one now. It's like, well, that's not for sale. You can buy the other one. Well, I don't want that one. I decided I want this one. Well, here's an Amazon link. It's $800, you know, knock yourself out, because I'm not selling this one.
But use my link.
Yeah. I do. Dude, I've been doing that. When I post a guitar, like, I will post, like, I'm probably not going to post this one anytime soon, because I decided I'm going to keep it at least for a while. But like this one, when I post it on Facebook Marketplace, I include a link. Here you can see the specs and check the new price at Amazon. Or if you'd rather have a new one, you know, just here's the link to go buy it on Amazon. Because I've had people like send me a note, like they think they're being clever, like their negotiating tactic is they're going to tell me they can get it on Amazon. Like, then I'm going to beat you to the punch. I'm going to recommend.
Yeah.
And then if they send me something, well, but I can get it on Amazon. Great. Here's a link. Enjoy. And people, they're like, no, but you're supposed to lower the price. Like, no, go buy it. No, go buy it there. I don't care. I'm not dropping the price just because you can buy it on Amazon.
Yeah. You can buy almost everything on Amazon. You can buy a ton of stuff on Amazon.
Yeah. You want to pay an extra, you know, I've taken 30% off of the price.
Ooh. Just
because it's hanging here.
It's a bargain.
If you want to pay more than that, then go buy it off Amazon. If not, come buy it. Or don't. I don't care. It can hang here. Maybe that's why it hadn't sold. I don't know. Anyhow, this is from Monoprice Indio. You can get it on Amazon. I actually got it off the Monoprice website. And again, I'm absolutely blown away at it feels, I compared it to an Epiphone, which is like the knockoff brand of Gibson. Like, you have Gibson, and then they own Epiphone, which makes copies of Gibson that are cheaper. This actually feels more like a Gibson than an Epiphone to me. Like, the more expensive. The Gibson one is $3,500. The Epiphone one is like $500-$600. Yeah, huge difference. And this feels more like a Gibson than an Epiphone to me. And I'm in it for $110, shipped, brand new.
There you go.
Crazy. But anyhow, if you ever want to try guitar stuff, let me know. I'll send you all the links you need to get all the good stuff and save a ton of money while you're doing it.
Everything you need.
Yeah. Everything. Hell, I'll send you the links. If you want to save some money, I'll sell you stuff at less than what you get elsewhere.
There you go.
What else you want to hear about? I mean, we're still in Guitarmageddon. Before I shut that down, do you have any questions or anything that you're just dying to see?
No, dude. I retained all that information.
It's a pretty smooth answer.
Yeah.
All right. That means we're moving on to the next segment we call Reviews That Will Be Published Soon. And I'll let you talk about that because I'm a basket case, bro.
You've got everybody's wondering, like, man, Jeff's reviews that'll be published soon. Reviews that'll be published when Jeff gets done playing with guitars. So, which it's a big.
You saw we actually had a bunch of stuff today.
I was excited.
You know what happened? I had tracking information on when that red guitar was going to get here, and I was like,
time to
I'm
kill.
going nuts. I'm a
time
dude.
to kill.
You get they call it NGD. You know, it's like New Gun Day. It's New Guitar Day.
Mm-hmm.
NGD was kicking in. I was like, I can't focus. Here, let me do some editing. That'll do it.
Whatever I get a new gun. Oh, new gun's here. Perfect. Like I shut down for like, what are you doing? I'm going home. Why? I need to get all my gear.
Right.
I'm gonna go shooting. You can finish this job today. I'll finish it tomorrow. It's okay. It'll still be there.
Yeah.
I've got what do I got coming up? I'm finishing up the tough coat from the duty coat stuff from Modern Spartan Systems.
Right.
So I'm finishing up that one, and then I've got the low profile AR handguard from Phoenix Weaponry is getting ready to be done, and then probably I'm trying to think what's going to be close after that. I got one more Tifosi optic coming. They sent me the shooting glasses, so finished that one, and then I started the old 8.6 blackout build one. That one's going to be a lengthy one about my 8.6 blackout, which is fantastic because I saw Q is coming out with the new 8.6 blackout as well. So So
good. Someone needs to shake up that market because 8.6 hit with a little bit of a splash, and then you don't hear anything about it.
COVID killed it. But it's, dude. I mean, I love it. That's
for it, though.
Oh, so they're coming out with new ones. With this, where were they at? Demo. I think he was on with Demo Matt. Kevin was, and bringing out his new. Forget what it's called. But it's a shorty like the one I built, and it's super quiet with their suppressor, which mine's pretty freaking quiet too. Like it's as quiet as standard blackout. It just hits way harder.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then the old Mike 102 from Foxtrot Mike is right there with it, trailing behind.
Nice.
Just because I got to go shoot it.
Good. All right. Well, I think we're going to call that a wrap on reviews will be published soon because I've given up on trying to even talk about it. I'll get the stuff when I get to it.
Just like,
well,
I don't know what I have coming up.
I don't. I know what's going to happen tomorrow is I got to do the video on the holographic heads-up display swim goggles.
The swim goggles?
That's late. I was supposed to get that done weeks ago, and I've had some footage that I really wanted to get back to the pool and shoot a couple other angles. And my poison ivy is almost cleared up, but it's kind of at a point where I'm afraid if I go get in the water, it's going to flare up again. Because last time I was like, no, it'll be fine. The chlorine will help it. No, it didn't. The chlorine made it spread.
I was going to ask you how your rash was.
Oh my goodness. I was listening to the show from 2 weeks ago, and I'd said I'd had it for a week and a half at that point. I mean, we're looking at I'm at about a month with this poison ivy. And it just doesn't want to completely go away. It's almost gone. It is so close, but not quite. And I just know that when I go get back in the water, it's going to explode and it'll be like, oh, back to square one. And I don't want to go back to square one.
Like it starts going away, and then you have the one spot where you just keep rubbing it, and you're like, oh gosh, like a shirt sleeve, or right at your shorts. You're like,
I know that's what you meant when you said I keep rubbing it.
Well, I know you're not rubbing it because you don't want it there.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate. So, all right, we've done recent reviews. We've done reviews that will be published soon. We've done
Guitarmageddon.
We've done that. We're not doing Urban Dictionary Extravaganza.
No. I'm not in the mood for that.
That's not going to happen
yet.
We were just starting Where in the world is Kevin? Because he was traveling all the time, and where in the world meant, like, where is he broadcasting from? You know what I noticed? Kevin Kinzer is cheating on us. He has launched his own podcast with someone else and stopped coming to ours. And he never even said anything. Like, you little bastard, you could at least say, hey guys, I'm starting my own. Would you come be on it? Or would you mention it to people?
Yeah.
He didn't even tell me. I had to stumble on it. I feel
a little betrayed.
Like cheated on. I do. That's the word I was groping for, actually. Betrayed. Betrayed, Kevin. I feel betrayed. So where is he? I don't know. I just don't know. A reminder that we do have a coupon for Right to Bear if you need some whatever they call that. Their coverage. I can't remember what they call it. You can use the code GEAR10 to get Right to Bear. I know we used to call it insurance. They call it coverage now, like gun owner coverage or something. Yep. You got to do something to get in trouble before the coverage kicks in, apparently, which means that I should probably sign up for it because I'm bound to get in trouble at some point. But but not yet. Well, and I'd like to give a virtual high five to our sponsors at Maximum Defense because they, again, just want to call to everyone's attention. If you're a customer of Maximum Defense, you have been included in the, what do they call it? The temporary injunction blocking the ATF's disastrously overreaching and absurd pistol brace reinterpretation. So I'd like to thank them for keeping me out of prison because I'm too pretty for prison.
Or as most of the people I've heard just don't care, non-compliant. So I've heard. I would never do that.
You and I can't do that because we are somewhat public figures. We have to be sure we follow the law, and law says I'm a GOA member. I'm an FPC member. I'm a customer of Maximum Defense. I have injunctive relief all over the place. Everywhere. If I could just get poison ivy relief as thorough as the injunctive relief that I have, I'd be in good shape.
That's how you caught the poison ivy.
Could be. I'm going to apologize to everyone right now. I don't know if you can hear it. You probably can't. The studio that I'm going to tell you right now, poor planning. I made my broadcast studio on the third floor of Gear Report headquarters. That's the top floor. And there were 3 skylights above me. And we got a storm going on right now. So if you hear something that sounds like drumming in the background, that is very large raindrops hitting the different.
It's been storming everywhere. It's been storming down here every day.
Yep.
Every day. Like normally we get our afternoon thunderstorms. These are just like, oh no, we're coming in.
Yeah.
We're going to dump a bunch of rain. We're going to blow like 60 miles an hour. And you're like, huh.
Yeah.
And then we got a bunch of hurricanes rolling in through from Africa.
That sounds festive.
Apparently. I know. 1, 2, I think there's 4 of them out there. 4 disturbances right now. But once they start that pattern going down towards Cuba, then I know it's just one after another, just coming to Florida. Come on.
Maybe they'll bring you some cigars from Cuba.
Maybe. Dude, that'd be awesome. A couple bales float up on the beach of tobacco.
Yeah. So let's see.
Aegis Gun Care.
look at that.
Hey y'all. Hey y'all to you.
Hey y'all. Yeah.
And that was some redneck hey y'all right there.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out
Yeah. For any of the people who know TJ and I's friend Brantley, I was channeling Brantley.
there. Mm-hmm. Just and speaking of that, Buckley's been watching as well.
No way. All right.
He's like, dude,
all
I
the
love
people
the show.
from way back when. That's awesome. Well, and Norm was here a week or two ago.
I know. Big
So
Norm.
we got all the people from back in the day, all the guys from the hood, back in the college days. That was fun. So I got to talk about speaking of the rain and everything. I was supposed to go hiking yesterday, and the way the rain and everything was, I was like, I'm not going to be the one who cancels this. It was a family trip, right? I'm not going to be the one who cancels it. And we get up and we look at the forecast, and it's like a low of 50 and a high of 60. And we're supposed to go Wednesday, camp overnight, and then be there Thursday, do hiking Wednesday and Thursday, and then camping overnight. And I'm like, crap, it's going to rain. And then it's not going to get above 60, and it's going to be overcast. It's going to rain the whole time. Like, I'm not really thrilled about doing this, but I'm not going to be the wuss who cancels it. And fortunately, my son stepped up and said, would you really be upset if we canceled and did something else? Because this doesn't sound like fun. Like, we all wanted to go hike and see cool stuff. We're going to go to Grayson Highlands, which is one of the most awesome places to hike and backpack in the kind of mid-East Coast area. It's in Virginia. Really cool. So we ended up at the North Carolina History Museum instead, and the North Carolina Science Museum. And at the History Museum, they've got a whole bunch of different displays with really cool different firearms. So I got my family makes fun of me. It doesn't matter where we go. I'm like, oh, I get video of that. I'm like, oh, they're rolling their eyes. What are you going to do with this? What are you going to put that on Instagram? It's like, people, I got 6 YouTube channels. It's going somewhere. I got a place for everything. It's going to go up. So I got a whole bunch of gun video, really cool historic guns that I got there at the North Carolina History Museum. And then I think it was at the Science Museum. They had a special display of like some armed forces themed display, and they had some really cool guns up in there as well. So I got a bunch of neat stuff that's going to start popping up on the Gear Report Firearms channel at some point when I have time to pull all that video and get it up there. So that'll be fun. Man, no joke. It is raining hard. And I noticed the backyard is already a swamp. So,
oh, geez.
We got some areas that don't drain as well as they could. And unfortunately, I had to drive the Humvee across the backyard last summer when it was a little soupy. And I was trying to get my big military tents, of which I still have a few portable castles if anyone needs one. When I was donating 4 of those tents to Philmont Scout Ranch to use in their backcountry, I was trying not to take the truck in the backyard to pull the trailer because I knew it was going to tear the yard up. And so I was using the lawn tractor, and it got stuck. And it's like I had no choice. I had to go pull the Humvee back there and pull it out. I tore the crap out of the yard. And one low spot where it was soupy, it sunk in, and it just made it even more of a rut. So now the water collects there sooner, and it gets even soupier. So my yard's going to be a mess for months, which means that probably someone's going to want to buy my Humvee trailer now because it's back. Like, I can't get it out without driving the Humvee back there, and it'll just tear the yard up even more.
There you go.
So that means someone's probably going to want to buy it now.
Oh, sure.
And they're going to try to lowball me, and they're not going to understand why I'm like, yeah, no, it's okay. Because I don't want to turn my yard into a mud pit going back to get it out. If they want to pay more, maybe I'll go get it. But if they're gonna haggle, they're gonna find out real quick. Like, nope, not interested. I'll just keep it.
There you go.
For now.
Yeah, the weather's just been jacked. Taylor was flying to New York, and her one flight got canceled. She got a different flight, and then it was delayed. So she's supposed to leave at like, I think it was like 11 in the morning, and ended up leaving at like 9 o'clock at night. The storms just hover. It's Orlando. They just hover over there. Super bad lightning and wind. So they just shut the airport down. Like, nah. So
that's a miserable travel when that happens.
I know.
You start your trip with a big delay. Not good.
I know. I just don't want to. I don't want to get stuck on the plane and not be able to get beverage services. That's all I care about. Like if that ever happens to me, I'm be like, listen, ring a ding ding, let's go, get that cart going.
If you open the door and pull the little handle, it'll deploy an inflatable slide.
I know.
And they're supposed to be a blast. Let me think. Have I ever done one?
I don't know.
I may have done one.
Listen, if I get stuck on the tarmac in a plane and they refuse to give me my beverages, I might. And I will wear a Gear Report shirt, and the video will be rolling. So
that's all I ask.
I know. Listen, those are the rules.
Yeah, I think maybe.
And then TJ won't be on the show for a while, but other than that, it'll be great.
Listen, it depends. You need to do it in one of the areas. I'm trying to decide, how do I want to say this? Let's just be honest. If you do it in a Democrat-controlled area, then you will have all sorts of free shit in prison. They'll probably give you like a laptop and
probably when they put me in prison. Probably when they put me in prison.
And
they'll be like, oh no, yeah.
You can do the show from prison. It'll be fine. It'll probably be easier. They probably have like a broadcast
Wi-Fi
studio set up just for people in prison. Now, don't do it in one of the areas where a conservative person's running things, because it's actually prison there.
I know.
And then we wouldn't be able to have you on the show.
I'll have to, like, hey, DeSantis, come on, hook me up, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, not being on the show is what the part that bothered me. The involuntary butt sex is probably the part that you're worried about.
That might bother me. Just depends.
Yeah. Yep. The show's getting good when we start referencing involuntary butt sex.
Yeah.
I felt like the show needed spiced up.
There you go. Defense ad said, yo, yo, yo.
Frankly, it made me uncomfortable.
Yeah. I bet it did.
Yeah. So
I bet it made a lot of people uncomfortable
something
when you said
I keep
that.
thinking about. That's why I said it again, just to be sure.
Exactly,
if it didn't make them uncomfortable the first time, I wanted to catch them on the second pass.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're all like, what did he say? Oh my, he did say that. All right. Oh, whoa.
Yep. Yeah, why not?
Got a foamer.
Yeah. All right, let's see here.
What are you doing? What are you looking at?
To add to stream.
Oh, geez.
Oh, and I wonder if I can enlarge this to make it so anyone can read it. There we go. Bard
All right.
is Google's AI solution.
Oh, here we go.
And we can see what Google protects.
We're glad you're back.
My activity verification. Oh, he missed the reference. Okay.
It's all right. That's why he's back.
Interesting.
You heard butt sex. And he's like, what?
Yeah.
Popped right back in a second.
I missed it. Stacy called him and said, you're missing it.
Get back on the show.
Yeah. So,
there you go.
What is this week at Gear Report? That's what I'm going to do. I am going to that's activity. I don't want activity. I want to go back to here, and So let's just see.
I want to see where they massacred my name for some
I've
reason.
corrected the AI a couple times. I want to see if they actually name either of us and do so appropriately.
I just want to say why they attempted to do last names. They could just do TJ, Jeff, Komar.
This week at Gear Report is weekly live interactive show hosted by the Gear Report team. I'm reading what Bard says to
Is
the
this
question.
the new one?
What
Did you just redo this?
I just ran it. Yeah.
Oh, geez. Let's see what they get.
Look at this. All right. Yes. This is so aggravating.
Oh, I can tell.
I'm going to keep reading. Okay. The
All
show
right, keep
covers
reading.
a wide variety of topics related to gear, including reviews, upcoming reviews. And I'm looking off screen because it's on the other screen here.
All right, that's fine.
Including reviews, upcoming reviews, gear news, and interviews with gear manufacturers. Let's see. Viewers can ask questions and interact with the host during the show. That's a good reminder, Bard. Thank you. This is an interactive program, folks. Feel free to ask questions, make comments, make fun of the gun snob, whatever it is that makes you happy.
Yeah. Make fun of me. Make fun of Jeff.
Do something that'll make Gary ban you, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He hasn't kicked anybody off in a while.
Yeah, so I'll keep reading. The show is typically released on Thursdays, which is good. It said Tuesdays last time, so
I know.
Thursdays, right? And is available to watch on YouTube, Facebook, and Gear Report's website. Well, you can't watch it on the website. It got that part wrong. The most recent episode this week, Gear Report episode 166, was released on June 15th, 2023. That was correct. Good. Okay, now we are about to go wholesale off the rails, okay? Here, and this is what it says. Here are some topics that have been covered on this week at Gear Report. Reviews of new gear, such as the Maxim Defense Recon 300 pistol.
It's still there.
And the Deadfoot Arms AR-15 upper. No, and no.
We're not getting one
I
of those?
don't even know if there is a Maxim Defense Recon 300 pistol. I think that it just made that up. I think Bard made that up. Deadfoot Arms AR-15 upper. Well, we did talk about a Deadfoot Arms AR-15 offer. Ted came on and talked about it.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'll kind of give him a pass on that one. Upcoming reviews. Oh, this is festive. Upcoming reviews such as the Sig Sauer P365 XL.
You're still hung up on that. Who's doing the review on that one? Who gets that one?
I wasn't aware we were going to do that. So,
damn,
this
I'm
is
upset
bizarre.
Now. I was all excited, like, ooh, I'm getting a new gun. Sweet.
And the Vortex Razor HD Gen 3 1:6 by 24. Do they even make one of those? Like, I have the 1:10 by whatever it is. Is that by a 24? Do they even make an HD Razor Gen 3 1:6?
Probably 8 years ago. I don't know.
I've never talked about it. Like, why would anyone talk about the 1:6 when you can get a 1:10? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Ooh.
All right. Gear news such as the release of the new Garmin Forerunner 955 smartwatch. What? I've never. I don't believe anyone on Gear Report has ever talked about the Garmin Forerunner 955.
No, I think we looked at them at SHOT Show one year. Didn't we stop by the Garmin booth
but
years
we didn't
ago?
talk about a specific.
No. Oh, no.
Right. And the announcement of the 2023 Philmont Scout Ranch hiking season. Okay, we have talked about that some.
Yep.
Interviews with gear manufacturers such as representatives from Maxim Defense, Deadfoot Arms. Those are both true. Vortex Optics, completely made up. We have never had anyone from Vortex Optics on this program.
Yet.
So they're better. When I ran this a couple days ago, every point of what they said we had done was completely fabricated and made up. And now at least some of the things are correct. If you're interested in gear, this week at Gear Report is a great way to stay up to date on the latest gear news and reviews. You could also interact with the Gear Report team and ask them questions about gear.
Who are the hosts?
That was pretty good. Didn't say this time. Should I ask?
Ask who the hosts of
Gear Report. Who are the hosts of
Chat? We need a whole new section of Ask Chat GPT.
Yeah. Well, this one's Bard.
Or Ask Bard
at Gear Report Podcast. Who are the hosts of this week at Gear Report Podcast? All right.
Was it Ask BARD? Ask Bard AI.
Oh, they're learning. They're learning. But they are absolutely making shit up. Oh, this is.
There you go.
All right.
New banner.
I'm going to read
Bard.
it. Okay. The hosts of this week at Gear Report podcast are Jeff, TJ, and Kevin. So at least he didn't make up last names for us.
Okay, nice.
That's good. Jeff's the founder and editor-in-chief of Gear Report. He's been writing about gear for over 10 years and is an expert in a wide range of topics, including firearms, camping, and outdoor gear. I do refer to myself as an expert. It's up to you whether
that's got you pegged.
I don't know. TJ is the managing editor of Gear Report. When did this happen?
Dude, that's right.
I mean, you're practically
sit down,
practically
son.
Practically the managing editor. I mean, for all intents and purposes, but you've never had that title. They just made that up. He has been writing about gear for over 5 years and is an expert in firearms. Okay, survival gear. No, that's made up.
Yeah,
and
made up.
Tactical gear. Nah, I mean, you've been around some tactical gear, but an expert.
No.
I think that Bard got a little fast and loose with the description here.
All right. Kevin is moving up in the Gear Report.
I mean, it called me an expert on a bunch of things that I have more than a passing knowledge, but am I really an expert? I don't know. They called you an expert in some things that I don't know. Kevin is the video producer for Gear Report. That is wholesale made up. Kevin has never done video for Gear Report. Kevin has written 1 or 2 articles, and he comes on the program sometimes. Or he did before he started his own podcast and abandoned us. That's it.
He's a video editor of his podcast.
Is Komar even mentioned? No.
Dude.
Okay.
I'd be pissed right now.
He's been working in video production for over 10 years and is an expert at shooting, editing, and producing video content. Wholesale fabricated, as far as I know. I don't know what Kevin does. Kevin has that background. Kevin is in the Army, National Guard, or Reserves, whatever. And he is a suppressor selling maniac.
He is.
And he does do a little video stuff, but I've never heard him described as like the video producer for Gear Report. Wholesale made up on the spot.
He just texted me. He said he wants some new business cards.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I'm going to keep reading here. The 3 hosts have a wealth of experience in the gear industry and are passionate about sharing their knowledge with others. Okay, I'll buy that. They are always up to date on the latest gear news and reviews, and they're always happy to answer questions from listeners. Let's not push things too much. Happy to answer questions? I tolerate questions sometimes. Okay, and sometimes I'm happy, but whatever. So This Week at Gear Report podcast is a great way to learn about the latest gear news and reviews. Okay, Bard, you're winning me over again. Thank you. Right. It's and it continues. It is also a great way to interact with the Gear Report team and ask them questions about gear. You can listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Gear Report's website. Okay, they came in strong at the end. I'll give them that.
In Bard we trust.
Yeah.
Rod.
I hear you. Let's see. Who is the genius behind the Aegis Gun Care Empire? Let's see what it says. I hope I didn't oversell him in this one. Dude, Komar says nobody mentions me. We mentioned you.
We just did mention you. Bard. You have to take it up with Bard, dude.
A couple days ago when I was on Monday when I was playing with Bard and ChatGPT, it actually said Jeff something. They gave me a last name.
Jeff
TJ
Williams or something like that.
I think it was Jeff Williams, and yours was Shook. TJ
Shook. TJ right? Shook. I was like, where the hell did they get that from?
And then Komar. Like, didn't say full name, just said Komar. Like, is that a first name, last name? No clue.
You confused ChatGPT.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Who's the genius behind the Aegis Gun Care gun care empire. The genius behind the Aegis gun care empire is Jenna Smith.
Okay.
Bard, I'm maybe losing faith here. She's the founder and CEO of Aegis Gun Care, a company that specializes in gun cleaning and maintenance products. Jenna is a self-described gun nerd who has been passionate about firearms since she was a child.
Maybe that's Rod's
started
OnlyFans name.
Aegis Gun Care in 2015. Like, what the hell? I don't even want to read any of this anymore. Written a book on gun care and safety. What? A role model for women in the gun industry.
Well,
is this a real person?
He's a stud.
Is this a real person or is this completely fabricated? Oh my goodness. Okay. Who is
the gun snob?
The real
there we are.
Gun snob.
We're going to find out the truth's up on everybody tonight.
Yeah. It says, Rod, don't let Shelly know about your girlfriend, Jenna. Oh, this is interesting.
Whoa. They got videos and stuff.
There are many gun snobs out there, but some of the most notorious include Jerry Mikulek, In Range TV, and Hickok 45. Well, that was disappointing.
That was very disappointing.
Yeah.
No gun snob mentioned, huh?
Maybe. Let's see. Tell me about. I'm going to put it in quotes. The Gun Snob YouTube channel. And it's working. The Gun Snob's YouTube channel, hosted by Kent Nelson. Are we allowed to say his last name on this program?
Whoa, what the hell? They got him right
known
and me wrong?
Reviews of firearms, ammunition, and gun accessories. Nelson? I've never heard anyone refer to him as Nelson. We're going to roll with it, though. Nelson is a self-described gun snob. And he's not afraid to share his opinions on what makes a good, that's in quotes too, gun. The channel has over 30,000 subscribers, and its videos have been viewed over 10 million times. The Gun Snob is known for his in-depth reviews and its humorous videos. I saw that. It's interesting. Nelson is a skilled shooter, and he's able to explain the technical aspects of firearms in a way that's easy to understand. So easy, even I could understand it.
I understood it.
So easy, even Bard could understand it. All right.
There you go. That wasn't too terrible.
Does he have many humorous videos about guns? Because they keep mentioning humor.
I think they're serious, but maybe they're taking him as humorous.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Got lots of different references on here. All right. I hope this helps, it says. That did help.
I feel much better about it.
Yeah. That one was closer to right, I think.
We're going to have to do this every show now just to see
who
shows up.
I don't want to go too deep into this. Maybe we'll save. Maybe that'll be
next week.
We do. We'll pick one. We'll pick someone. We get audience participation. We'll pick someone.
Yep.
To put into.
Oh, you need to
AI platform.
Dude, you need to put out a vote like next week, and then the winner of the vote will get Bard AI'd or ChatGPT'd. Just pick four random people.
Like an awful lot of work.
I know.
Put out a vote.
Snob sounds like Captain America.
He does. He absolutely does. Yeah, I think maybe they got that part right, but at least they didn't give us wrong last names. But they didn't leave Komar completely off, which is a little troubling. All right. How long are we into this? An hour and 20 minutes? Anyone else have anything you want to talk about? Now is your chance to toss something in the comments so that we can discuss before this program ends. Oh, that's a good job, TJ. I didn't see you put a Ask Bard thing up there. We can create an Ask ChatGPT for later. And I think there are some other ones. We're going to have to find some other ones. And then maybe we can do like the trifecta. We'll pick someone next week and we'll run them through multiple AIs to see what it says about them.
And we'll keep asking about us. Maybe one day they will get our names right.
I kind of want to see what ChatGPT says here because I can't remember. Actually, I probably wanted to go to that one.
It's probably full. So much fun messing around with it. ChatGPT.
Well, yeah. I'd say disturbing, but let's see. We're going to do...
What are you typing in there, buddy?
What is this week? At Gear Report.
You're getting it live here, folks. If he doesn't read it, then
it didn't really say much. Well, let me do that again. Maybe if I say podcast at the end of it.
Snob says he's been busy looking at memes. He's going to hell over.
Oh, like submarine stuff, probably.
Yeah, dude. So many memes.
Yeah, it's redirecting. It says it doesn't know enough about things that are since 2021. Well, that shattered my ego. Okay.
Yeah. Rod wants to know when Jen is going to start paying him.
Yeah, really. Isn't that bizarre? So you're supposed to be able to go in and make corrections. So maybe you need to go run some of those questions about your brand, and then when it gives you wrong answers, correct them. Because I corrected Bard a couple times, and it eventually, like what you saw today was way better than what I saw on Monday. So it did seem to get a little.
Kevin just popped up out of nowhere though, instead of Komar. I mean, it starts with a K.
Yep. As our video production goddess or whatever they called him. Like, what the hell? Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm going to show off a product that I want you guys to see exactly.
You want to go full screen so we can see it?
Of course. Yeah. I'm going to go.
Look at that sexy beast. Damn.
Well, I'm just teasing people. Check it out. I have joined the MP3 player community. Isn't that amazing? Yes.
That is.
Fresh from Amazon Vine. I have my very own Android-based MP3 player.
How many hundreds of thousands of songs can you hold on that thing?
All of them.
All of them?
No, and it makes me angry that I have one because I have a friggin' iPhone, and the way it works with my Windows PC, because I'm not in the Apple ecosystem, and I refuse to import any of my music into the Apple ecosystem and deal with all of their crap on iTunes. And like, they want me to go buy music that I bought years ago. It's like, I've already bought this. I don't want to buy it again just so you can tell me I can play it. I've owned this for a long time. I just want to put it on my phone so I can listen to it when I'm in the car. And yeah, right, exactly.
I missed out on that awesome product from 2007.
It makes me angry that Apple has made the iPhone just difficult enough for me to use that I would rather have a 2007 vintage, basically, device. Yep. So that I can load all my music that I already own.
Play it in the car.
Can load it all in here so I can play it in the car when I'm going on road trips and stuff. without, burning data, like using Amazon Music and streaming it or something.
don't
I
blame
had
you.
to resort to acquiring a new device because I couldn't make the iPhone work. I spent 2 years trying to find ways to make it work and eventually gave up and just got a whole
Screw
new
you.
device.
Screw you, Apple. That's what happens. See?
Good job, Apple. You really make awesome products, bastards.
Yep. I just listen to I'll listen all day on iHeartRadio and stuff.
Yeah. Well, you have unlimited data, right?
Yeah.
I have dramatically limited data.
So Snob just put it's 2020. It's 2023. You don't have unlimited data.
Correct.
This is Jeff we're talking about.
Yep. I pay $10
but
a month.
It's funny. I was still, even though I have unlimited data and I paid like crazy cell phone prices, it'll still, after like 2 weeks of me working every day, cranking my tunes, it'll still pop up like, your data usage is blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, really? Good. I'm going to try to bump those numbers up to like 10.
Yeah.
I was like, you're just saying I've only used 4 in 2 weeks. I stepped that game up.
Yeah. Other things.
I'm gonna start watching YouTube videos at work.
Don't let your boss catch you.
Damn, even Gizzard has unlimited data.
I know everyone does, but me. Yeah. Because I'm not willing to pay. Like literally, I have 5 phones that I pay for in my house, and I pay with the taxes like almost $60 a month for those 5 phones. And I have limited data, but the alternative, the only things I've been able to find would triple or quadruple the cost to get just a little bit more data. When the bulk of what we do,
you're at the house anyways with Wi-Fi.
Yeah, right. We got Wi-Fi just about everywhere. I did upgrade it for SHOT Show. I had a couple gig of data for that month, spent an extra $10 or something. Things that will be reviewed, I'll post some video reviews. This little UFO-shaped alarm clock / Bluetooth speaker / crazy light-up thing / media player. It's got all kind of stuff. That's going to happen. It's actually, my son's going to use that as his alarm clock at school. I want you to note, this is an oral thermometer.
Okay.
All right.
I couldn't read it quite right, and it still has the same amount of letters as something else. So.
I know. That's why I read it to you. And this is
the AL, and I was like, I know where that's going.
A smart device capable, so it'll link through Bluetooth, so you keep track of all of your temperature stuff.
Snob says his truck even has unlimited data.
Yep. And even with that, he still can't drive straight. Yeah, a guitar neck rest. I'm going to put that video up pretty soon. I think that's all I'm going to talk about for now. I'm surrounded by products, right? You know what? I'm going to show you another one.
Oh, show us another one. Gizzard said Jeff is all about the oral. What is that one?
Gary said that. Man.
Gary said that.
Yeah. So this is another one of those Chinese companies that you can't pronounce. And it's a big camping sleeping pad that I was going to use Wednesday night when we were camping, but then we didn't actually go.
We're deep down where you're like, thank God.
I was, because it was going to suck. Like if I'll backpack.
You just can't be. You just listen. Just be honest with them. Like, listen, kids, we can go. It's going to suck.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, no.
Yeah, Snob's right. Vine is getting a lot better lately. Another guitar wall mount hanger, like the one that's behind me, that will hold 5. It's like a bar that goes across.
You can get them off the ground, because you probably got 30 of them lying around there.
I think what I'm going to do is move this one over and then put the other one beside it. So I'll have 10 guitars going across the back. That'll be kind of neat. And I got 10 back there, and I got a rack of 10 right here, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hangers on the wall, and another rack that holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're not all full, by the way. I actually have some openings, but
it's like my safe's not full, and I'm looking at it, and it's
Oh, I hear you. It was like my gun room. My gun room has got stuff just stacked. Like I ran out of room. I built racks. I built more racks. I built more racks. I put some military racks in, and I've still got stuff just stacked on top of them.
It's all about the racks.
It is. It's
I've
all
always
about the
been
racks.
I've always been about racks.
Yeah. Oops.
That's why I married Crystal.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to go. Yep.
I had 27 different comments. It was like,
I was waiting.
how do I answer that? I don't want to just ignore it.
She's asleep by
she's
now,
listening.
so she's asleep by now. She's not even listening. So
I was going to say, if she's listening, I didn't want her to feel bad. Like, you got to recognize without, like, where's the line, you know? Like,
there's no line with me.
with her. Like, I don't want her to be like, but you always said you loved him. Why would you not say, why would you not react well?
Why would you not react to my fun bags? Like, I don't know.
Right. But you always looked at them. Like, yes, I did.
Like, yes, Crystal, everybody looked at them.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus. Wait, now I'm fully immersed in Bard.
See, that was worthwhile.
Yeah, see? Listen. Now next week when we look up Aegis Gun Care.
Yeah, well, we can
Jenna may not be running the show. Just saying.
Can pull it up again next week and see. So I want to know, Rod, that, like, is there another Aegis Gun Care that, like, did they just wholesale make that up? Is there any kind of tie in truth between what they said? Like, can you look at it and go, well, okay, I can kind of see why they said that, because this woman runs this other company and it's, maybe they confused them. Or is it just completely off the wall shit, like some of the stuff they made up for Gear Report? Because I don't know. That was just craziness, in my opinion.
That's funny.
You know what? I want to just see if they say. I want to see how, if I can bait Bard into saying something completely like that we all know is obviously made up. I have a feeling this would be too oddly specific.
Oh, I have to.
What is Gizzard Gary's favorite song? It would admit, like, we have no idea.
I'm looking at the Aegis Gun Care testimonials from Trey Miller, Ghost Tactical, M&W Tactical, Clover Tac.
All right. So let me read you what it says here. What do we got? Gary's favorite song? There's no definitive answer.
He's more famous than everybody. He'll have something.
There's no definitive answer to this question, as Gizzard Gary has never publicly stated his favorite song. However, based on his interviews and social media posts, it's possible to make some educated guesses.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
One song that Gizzard Gary has mentioned liking is Georgia on My Mind by Ray Charles. He has said that he loves the song's melody and lyrics and that it always makes him feel happy and nostalgic. Is this true, Gary? Have you said that? Another song that Gizzard Gary seems to enjoy is Hotel California by the Eagles. He said that he loves the song's atmosphere and guitar work and that it's one of his go-to songs when he's feeling stressed. Now, we should recognize that these are some quoted things, which should have some gravitas.
Snob said he's never heard Gary say that. It would be funny as crap as all of a sudden it goes, and he's also mentioned that he likes Girls from Motley Crue, and just randomly some stuff like, all right.
Of course, it's also possible that Gary.
I don't recall ever mentioning Ray Charles and Hotel California is just stupid. Well, apparently, Gary, somewhere there's another Gizzard Gary, and he loves that stuff.
Of course, it's also possible that Gizzard Gary's favorite song is something that he's never mentioned publicly. He's a big fan of music. Have you mentioned that, Gary? So it's likely he has a wide range of favorite songs. Ultimately, the only way to know for sure what Gizzard Gary's favorite song is would be to ask him directly. However, based on the information that is publicly available, it seems likely that he enjoys songs that are both melodic and atmospheric. Right? Good job, Bard.
Dude, Gary's like
hitting it out of the park.
Gary says there's only one possible answer. What is it? We all need to know. Now we're all waiting on Gary.
Baby got back. That's it.
Dude, that'd be so funny.
Carry
Carry on my wayward son. There you go. All right.
Have you not heard Baby Got Back? Come on.
Apparently not. You know, it's going to be, what is Jeff from Gear Report's favorite song? Baby Got Back.
Jeff doesn't know what his favorite song is, but damn it, right. I'm going to check.
Oh, Jesus. Because, you just mentioned it. So if it's up there, they're listening live. And then we all know to quit talking about it and quit looking it up. Because
I actually don't know what my favorite song is. I know what I tell people it is.
Let's find out what they think your favorite song is.
Hotel California is popular among Bard. Ouch. Jeff's favorite song is Hair? What? I'll tell you what. Biden has the brains behind Bard. Rod, I understand you're upset that your company was completely bastardized in that.
Jenna took over
in the segment, by Bard. But
I know.
I think you're being a little harsh with them.
What's Jeff's favorite song?
Hotel California by the Eagles. Okay. I actually kind of like that song. Used to like it a lot. Don't recall ever saying
if
that.
Baby Got Back comes up, I'll be dead.
Free Bird by Leonard Skinner. No, not at all. Like, not even a little bit. Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. I mean, everyone likes that.
Oh,
right?
Dude, who doesn't like that? So, I mean, come on.
Stairway to Heaven by Zeppelin. Not my favorite Zeppelin song. Born to Be Wild by Steppenwolf. Not even close.
Nope.
It's likely that Jeff's favorite song is something from this list, but it's also popular that but it's also possible that he has a favorite song that he's not mentioned publicly. He's a big fan of classic rock. This is true. So it's likely he has a favorite song is something in the genre.
That means you're on a list.
Yeah. And it says I enjoy songs that are both epic, melodic and epic, which who wouldn't like that?
All right. Well, then, since we're going down this rabbit hole, see what TJ from Gear Report's.
I'm just going to tell you,
song is.
The only two songs that I've ever mentioned as my favorite song publicly that I'm aware of are "Baby Got Back" and "Disco Inferno." That's it. There's only two that I ever mention, and "Disco Inferno" I mention over and over and over.
Many times you've mentioned Disco Inferno.
Right.
Wasn't even mentioned. Crazy.
What is TJ from Gear Report's favorite song?
Let's see. They're like, who's TJ? I'll be like, that's it. I'm going home.
Enter Sandman?
No.
Master of Puppets?
No.
One is a freaking awesome song.
I mean, it's a great song.
The Trooper by Iron Maiden. Ace of Spades by Motorhead.
They're really they're really off.
He's a big fan of heavy metal, so it's likely his favorite song is something from that genre.
No. I am a alternative
Seems
fan.
likely that he enjoys songs from that are both heavy and melodic.
I do. I mean, I love ska, so I'm just saying they're a hair off. Guys, go to my iHeartRadio station.
It says view other drafts. Let's see what else it says.
Oh, there's more drafts. Apparently, I have a heavy metal.
Sweet Child of Mine.
No. Hey,
and Welcome to the Jungle.
Nope.
All right, let's go with draft number 3.
All right. If like B-52s or Real Big Fish doesn't come up, then they're totally off. A lot of
The
Iron Maiden,
Trooper?
dear Lord. I mean, I don't hate Iron Maiden, but
3 Metallicas, 2 Iron Maidens.
They're not on my list, dear Lord.
You need to branch out, bro.
Dude, I've listened to them. They're not my favorites. Just throwing it out there. I like happy drinking music.
Yeah, that's one by Metallica.
It's not a happy drinking music song.
Yeah.
It shakes up my beer too much when I'm
when you're weeping.
Yep.
All right. Oh, and I missed the chance to look at my other drafts. All right. Well,
there we go. See, look, Rod's improving. It got closer. What is the history behind Aegis Gun Care? All right. So he's informing. He's learning the chatGPT.
Yeah. So if you ask a more targeted question and it gave you a better answer, and then you reply with
the correct answer.
Well, that's wrong. Here's what's correct. Then maybe it will assimilate some of that information, and when you ask again in a week or two, it will have digested it, and it will regurgitate something less
or
made up on the spot.
Or a bunch of black SUVs will just show up at your house, and that'll be the end.
Yeah, which, I mean, frankly, anyone watching this show, that's probably going to happen anyway.
Any one of us. Iron Maiden and Metallica, dear Lord, gosh, do I have a heavy metal vibe to me?
You didn't know?
I mean, I'm James Hetfield looking now with the gray, but and I smoke cigars, so
Does heavy metal people typically smoke cigars?
James does, like in between sets and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
You sound like a Metallica fan.
I listened to him. Really? It should go to my my iHeartRadio stations, and it'll pull up like Real Big Fish.
Is that a Metallica song?
No, it's a ska song.
Well,
there's B-52s on there.
Yeah,
there's Dirty Heads on there. It's pretty much ska, reggae, and a little bit of alternative. Every once in a while, little heavy metal might sneak in from somewhere.
I got you. All right. Well, oh my goodness, we're an hour.
I know, dude. We're killing it.
We've been rambling.
Rabbit hole with the old ChatGPT. That's what happens.
I know. We're gonna shut it down though. I've had enough of you jokers. And by that, what I mean is, I really appreciate everything
on my screen right there.
This has been. You got the generic background thing too.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. I figured. What the heck? I'm just gonna leave it up there. I tried to be a little less taxing on the computer for today's show, and it seemed to hold up. It didn't
do bad. It held up better. Held up good.
I think that's kind of the key. So we'll be back next week at 9 p.m. Eastern with another version. That'll be episode 168. This is crazy how many we have done.
Look at that. Very informative.
We screw up and actually offer useful information every now and then on this program.
Once in a while.
We appreciate everyone being out there and participating and helping us learn more about AI. We'll have to figure out some new and creative things we can do next week. What I'm working up to, and I'm not there yet, right? What I'm working up to is I want to do the whole create some songs and like explore and play and sing them for you all. But I'm thinking about 2 years away from that. 2 years or a couple cases of beer.
Just in 2 years, Chat AI will be able to, or Chat GPT will be able to sing the song for you and play it.
It'll just like we won't even bother. It'll be just like hit the button, start the show. It'll make shit up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it does. I mean, we make shit up. Why not them? Yeah. So anyhow, that's it. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention, everyone who's out there in the chat gets a lot of packages, I'm sure, right? A bunch of reviewers, a bunch of, business people, whatever. I'm sure you receive things, you ship things. The guitar that I received today, this red one in the background, guitars are kind of delicate items. That's a semi-hollow, so it's not even like a big chunk of wood. There's like more delicate. The box was not even taped shut. When the FedEx guy picked it up out of the back of his truck, the top of the box was like coming off in his hands, and he was about to drop the rest of it. It looked like it had actually come open and it had fallen out because it was in a little black carrying case on the inside. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. How incompetent do you have to be? I mean,
or somebody was looking in there to see what it was and just didn't tape it back.
No tape has been applied to the box.
Jesus.
Like, because I looked all around it.
Oh, he's gonna show us his box.
Nope, I put the wrong one.
It is
I put the wrong one in storage. So the one that's sitting here is for the other one, and that one did get taped. I meant to put that in the storage and keep the other one out, but anyhow, I put the wrong one in there. So I don't want to go all the way over to the storage room and get it out. But
I don't blame you.
Anyhow, no tape at all. It's just, the top. It's not the lid folds shut. It's a bottom part and then a top that fits down over it. And then you tape them together so they don't come apart. No tape at all. It's like, are you kidding me? Absolutely amazing. Anyhow,
I believe it.
We'll see what happens between now and next week. I'm sure we'll have some additional craziness that's happened to us that we can explore. Yeah, really. Rod says tonight on Unsolved Mysteries. Like, what the hell are people thinking? Anyhow, but that was a replacement because the first one was damaged on the way here, and that box was actually taped shut. But then the one that
they figured it out here, see?
I think maybe it's like Alberta bottom paint on a boat where the stuff grows on it and it falls off, or like armor on a Humvee where it gets blown up and it falls off and it absorbed the impact. Maybe that's what the box is meant to come apart and absorb the energy when it comes apart. You had to pay extra for tape. Yeah, that's probably it, Gary. And with that, I'll tell you how we're going to sign out today. Instead of pointing at the screen, since we know that Hotel California is one of Gary's favorite songs, TJ's going to sing us out with a stirring rendition of Hotel California.
TJ is not going to sing us out with that.
By the Eagle. Yeah. And Rod's got to get back to Bard. It's a rat hole, bro. Be careful.
No, buddy, I'm going to type in a bunch of Gear Report stuff in here. I'm going to fix my freaking last name.
If I get a note from Shelly tomorrow saying, "What'd you do to my husband?
Yeah.
He stayed up all night."
Who the hell's Jenna?
Yeah. So not my fault. I didn't do it.
Oh, yeah. I'm out of beer. I'm out of beer anyways, dude. I've got to.
Yeah. All right.
I've got to restock.
And with that,
dude, did you just wet your finger to point at the camera?
No, I was drinking a smoothie and I was trying to clean it off the inside of the cup.
It's like margarita.
And then
smoothie, margarita, whatever.
Yeah, I got some bulk coconut and put it in there.
Oh, Gary.
He wants you to sing that.
For the kill at the end. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in Jeff's hair. Oh, sorry.